as some of the older viewers around may know, there are two playthroughs that have been plaguing the ongoing series tab for an incredible amount of time, the Subterra playthrough and the Master Orion playthrough of Wonder Quest. If they're not done by the end of next year, well, you can throw me into the fire or whatever.
Well, so I might as well do what he says. Pew! Hey there, everyone. Why am I doing this? Hey there, everyone. This is BeethroBudkin07, and today is a very special day. Or maybe it's tomorrow, or yesterday, or some other time in the future, if you're watching from the future, you future. No, this is gonna be a video commemorating my 2nd year anniversary. My eyes just keep going from the screen to the webcam. It's really distracting. This is my 2nd year of YouTubing. Well, at least since I revived my channel with the first Happy House video. And, yeah, that's a whole whopping 720 something days of, Deadlands of Death videos. Man, that's a lot. 2 years. I mean, when I started this channel, I was in my 5th semester of, college. Now I'm ending my 2nd of university. Yikes. Time really goes by. Well, no use in wallowing in pondering about the past. Let's talk about what has gone down throughout this year. Well, for one, this channel, well, in all honesty, it was kind of a big mess. Maybe not the worst mess ever, but there were a lot of hiatuses. Yeah, because of university starting up, I had to cancel uploading videos a fair amount. Like, there was a one in January, or at least at that point I started uploading less frequently. And then there was the one in the middle of the summer where I just kind of lost all motivation to upload videos. And that lasted for about a few weeks or maybe even a month. I don't exactly remember the dates perfectly, but then I started uploading them again and well, then there was another time where I stopped uploading videos because of midterms. Yeah, once again, my schedule is actually no longer really there because I decided to destroy the establishment. Let's just not have any schedules at all. And that worked out well. I only have like one video a week almost. Still, this year was kind of interesting for the channel. There were a lot of interesting new opportunities that showed themselves to me. For one, you can't see because of this guy, but for one, I had a lot of non-Delusions of Death videos on this channel. I had Snakebird, Parcel, Desktop Dungeons, all of which happened to not really be updated that much as of late. Of course, the Subterra playthrough didn't go anywhere, so why would these? Alright, self-derivation aside, there were more not drawed videos than usual. Not videos about the whole not drawed, though. I don't know if I'll ever get to that. That seems like a mess. There were a lot more videos not focused around drawed, and that was actually kind of cool. I got to at least experiment a little bit with different concepts, and you know what? I think it was fun. And the second big thing that happened was the Dr. Evil playthrough. I mean, it might not seem like much. I mean, I've done collaborations before, but there were two things. The first was that it was my first time collaborating with Alex Diener, this probably the most popular YouTuber that even plays Drawed at all. Yeah, he agreed to collaborate with me and a few others on this whole playthrough, and I got a really decent boost out of it. Like, I think I got like 8 subscribers or something like that just from that first video, and the endorsement that Alex Diener gave me because of that. It was quite surprising, actually. At the moment of speaking and making this video, I am currently standing at 93 subscribers. And I have to admit I'm surprised. That is surprising. And I keep looking at the screen. How impersonal can you be? 93 subscribers is a lot. I never expected even to get 50, let alone almost 100. Like, who in the right mind wants to watch a guy ramble and mumble his way through drawed puzzles? Well, I guess 93 people do, so, thanks. Thanks for putting more value in myself than I ever thought I had. It's oddly uplifting to know that this many people care about the silly things that I do. And so, yeah, thanks a lot. It might seem a bit insincere that I say it like that, but no, seriously, thanks a lot. Like, I don't think there's ever been a project in my life that I've done that made me feel as validated as this. You know, throughout most of the year, because of all the hiatuses I had, I started putting into question whether the channel was gonna keep going. Because, yeah, I noticed that all of my projects in the past, they started failing once I began really getting into a rhythm of having lots of hiatuses and all that stuff. And because this year saw a lot of hiatuses, I began getting afraid. Like, I was afraid that somewhere down the line I'd say, oh, this channel is doomed. Let's just throw it in a trash and start with whatever random thing I feel like doing after that. So yeah, that was worrisome, if I have to be honest. But in the end, looking back at all of this, I have to say that this channel feels like something that I feel confident about. I know I'm only in my second year, and I've had projects before that went on for longer and still ended up getting canceled in the end. But as we roll into our second year, I'm feeling kind of hopeful for the future. This channel saw a lot of growth this year, and I get the impression that it's just gonna keep on growing. Like, it's all gonna start to snowball from there, and maybe I'll just luck out and find a game that will push me over the edge, and I'll get like 200 subscribers, and then 400, and then 600, and then 1,000. I can't even imagine getting to 1,000 subscribers. So I guess if in 5 years I'm at 1,000, then let me know. Let know the past me. Just grab a time machine and just pop up here and say, hey, yo, you're gonna have 1,000 subscribers. Actually, don't do that. You're gonna cause a paradox. That's bad. Don't do paradoxes. Anyways, so that's enough of that. Let's focus on what I started talking about at the beginning of the introduction, about how I failed to go through with my promise of finishing Subterra. Yeah, I know, like, I try to push through, but that actually kind of brings me to another thing. There were a lot of times where I felt kind of, I don't know, discouraged from continuing the series because I felt stumped. Like, it's happening right now. It's Snakebird, Subterra, and Desktop Dungeons, and well, Big Journey to Home, that's more of like a frustrating thing I don't feel like coming back to. But for Snakebird, Dungeon Desktops, and the other thing, Subterra, I just don't feel much of a drive to get to push through. Like, I get the impression that if I record another video, I'm just gonna get stuck. I've been feeling a bit negative about my success chances at some of these things, so I guess I stick to Dead Rooms of Death, because at least there I can just cheat and ask for help at the Hints and Solutions. I'm a cheater. You know I'm a cheater. You see my videos, you know I'm a cheater. I use Hints and Solutions probably way too much for my own good. Anyway, so before we move on to personal highlights and other things like that, I want to highlight something that you've probably noticed. Over here, Drawed Pixel Art. I commissioned them from a friend of mine. She makes these pixel arts. They're really awesome. I'm gonna put a link in the description to her DeviantArt. I mean, if you like what to see over there, yeah, over there. I'm getting a bit of a hard time shifting my head left and right, but yeah, if you like those things, those ones, yeah, those things, then you can commission them from her, and it's gonna cost you a little bit, but go ahead and support her. She does really awesome art things too, and manga things, and all sorts of that stuff. Oh, and also, BeethroBudkin07 shirt. It's a BeethroBudkin shirt, but we can just assume this is 07 somewhere in there. But yeah, that's another thing that a friend of mine did for me, and it's really cool. It's a Dead Rooms of Death shirt, and I can wear it and say, hey, look, I support a thing you don't know. So that's cool. That's really cool and awesome and things like that. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight like cool Drud stuff that people gave to me, like these things over there and this. I'm rambling at this point, so let's personal highlights. What did I like about 2016 and, well, the past year in general for BeethroBudkin07? As I mentioned earlier, there were attempts to diversify my content with Snakebird and Desktop Dungeons and all sorts of other things. Actually, I think these are most of the things, but yeah, I mean, honestly, 2016 didn't have all that much going for it, which I guess is why I don't feel as good about it as I did 2015, but honestly, there was the War series. I mean, that was another sprawling, huge, epic series of things. And honestly, while it got really annoying as it went along, I guess there was this small feeling that I was taking on something big, and when I was done, it felt like a huge accomplishment. Well, I guess it also kind of felt like, oh, finally, I'm done with these things, and I can move on to something else. But yeah, still, the War series was actually kind of an interesting thing to kind of go through, and there was a lot of material in these videos. Like, I guess I felt more inspired by the out there style commentaries. It was a really fun series. Well, fun when it didn't have mimics and roach queens. Those rooms can go die, honestly, or get cleared. I guess a room getting cleared is the equivalent of it dying. I mean, if you clear a room, you exterminate all life in it, so that's basically a dead room. Am I philosophing too much? I feel like I'm philosophing too much. Anyway, there was a War series that was kind of neat, and I also had a lot more requests this year, or at least the big holds that I played tended to be more requests. Like I recall Disoriented's hold, Gardevian's, Temporal Adventure, and other things maybe perhaps too that I'm forgetting. But yeah, I had a lot of requests this year that I ended up going through. Actually, I just had a thought. I think I know why this year felt not as big. It's because I didn't upload that many new series because of the big pieces of hiatus all over the place. Yeah. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. I mean, university and life, they take up a fair margin of time, so that's unfortunate, really. But nonetheless, there was still some interesting moments here and there, and actually I had an idea to make, like, individual compilations for individual series. I know School, for one, that was a series that had probably some of my best commentary ever. Like, never mind the mustache hold number 2. School 1 to 3, that feels like just the most fun Let's Play that I've done. Like, the commentary is just so out there. Like, I think that was another hold that actually I could consider a highlight, because there were a lot of moments in the hold that gave me so much material for just the stupidest, most random commentary ever. And then you have that scene where I just laugh for no reason for like 5 minutes. Now, fun fact, I actually forced that laughter. Like, yeah, honestly, looking back, it's kind of awkward to listen to. Like, it's just, stop laughing, me. That was a really fun series. Like, the commentary in it, I rewatched it recently. There's a lot of really clever stuff in there, and if you haven't watched it yet, you should. It's a fun series. It's school made fun. How could you not like that? You learn, I guess. Okay, but no, like, yeah, so I had a lot more requests, actually, and there's actually another big request that I have that's coming up in the near future. More on that later, though. For now, I want to talk about, like, the collab with Alex. You know what? I would say that was probably one of the best decisions ever, because that video has like 200 something views. Like, I think it's become one of my most viewed videos now, and that's just insane. Like, I didn't get that much of a rub off from being affiliated with Alex, but at the same time, it did give me one of the biggest boosts to my channel ever. Like, the Dr. Evil videos, for a while, they turned out to be the most viewed videos of all of them. Like, the other videos didn't really get that much of attention, but most people watched the Dr. Evil videos, and yeah, that was a really good move. Like, I guess I should have had him collaborate with me sooner, but no, honestly, I wouldn't have wanted to kick out anyone on purpose. Just, oh, we're kicking you out. We need this celebrity to come collaborate with us. No, that would be mean. Like, it was just happenstance, really. Like, there could have been another video, but I guess that's how it turned out, and it was a good move for the channel, and I guess that's part of why I'm now at 93 subscribers. So, yeah, that was a big highlight. Now I'm gonna move on to something else. Like, I asked in the Cavill chat and on Twitter, but then no one answered me on Twitter, because no one answers me on Twitter. No one cares about my feelings on Twitter. I asked on a Cavill chat, and I asked on the Caravel chat for some ideas of things to kind of bring up in my retrospective of the second year of BeethroBudkin07. I have 3 things that people asked of me. So Chaco asks of me to talk about how I was able to balance my schoolwork and my Let's Plays. The answer is, I didn't. I didn't. I took more time at times to work on my channel than on my schoolwork, and I think that was not a good move at all. Although I wouldn't say my Let's Play channel was to blame for me not doing so well. That can be rooted in like sleeping issues, and that's like a huge complex web of things that I don't really want to get into here. But yeah, I didn't exactly balance it. Like last semester, I had Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays off. So on those days, I generally was more likely to record videos. So because I didn't have to go to school, I had the whole day off, and I usually get schoolwork done in the evening anyway, so I didn't have to worry all that much about that. Yeah, I didn't exactly really do that much balancing, because for one, I don't actually even study that much. Like studying, I guess I do it before exams to make sure everything's in place, but aside from that, I just really do assignments. And I think that actually kind of messed me over this time around, this semester. Yeah, this semester is not very good for me, and that's part of the reason why you haven't seen me upload that many videos in the past few weeks. It's because I'm trying and failing to get some studying work done. Actually, not really. I'm just still dealing with assignments, and I'm bad at school. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. I'm not an exemplary scholar student, so don't take example by me. Don't. So yeah, I didn't balance school and Let's Plays. I just did Let's Plays whenever I had free time and whenever I felt up to it. And yeah, that's basically that. So aside from that, now Nuntar's asking me what was my favorite hold and what's my favorite puzzle that I played this year on BeethroBudkin07. Well, for the favorite puzzle, I feel like it's a bit of cheating because I technically started it before, but I'd have to say the Room of Humility was actually a pretty cool puzzle, because as far as singular puzzles go, I think that one just stands out in my mind because it's such a crazy complex hold, and it took me 7 videos to clear it. It's the one room that's took me like over 3 hours to clear, and I still had to cheat. That's so much fun. You wouldn't even believe. As for favorite hold, well, this year was didn't exactly have that many standout holds. I definitely wouldn't give it to the War series. That was a mess that just happened to be fun to go through. And as for school, like I said earlier, that was more about the commentary. The hold itself was more traditional hack and slash stuff and blah 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 hand gestures. No, I'd say that my favorite hold so far of this entire year, probably Temporal Adventure. Yay, Hyper Me gets a shout out. But yeah, Temporal Adventure just feels polished in a way. Like there's some rooms that don't exactly interest me, like that construct room was kind of a jerk, but overall, like there's a nice usage of time tokens, and it's actually making me appreciate time tokens a lot more than I used to, so that's cool. Like especially I can delay over some of these rooms that felt like a bit of a chore with time tokens. Now when I'm talking about delay, I'm talking about that one south room. That room is no good at all. Temporal Adventure has really sold me on time tokens, and there's a lot of creative ideas in there too. Like you'll probably see in upcoming videos, there's one room in particular near the end of the hold that I just really love, even though the concept and gimmick is not all that crazy, but it's just an idea that makes me feel nostalgic for something else. And you know what, that actually really appeals to me because I'm a nostalgic doofus. But yeah, like Temporal Adventure, it's probably felt like one of the most solid things that I've gone through this year. Although that's not to say that that's the only hold that's been good. Like Guard of Units was really fun, and Kieran Miller's fort hold, that was just silly. That was another good one. There's probably others I forget, but yeah, I'd have to give my points to Temporal Adventure for my favorite hold this year. So aside from that, I'm asked to hype up my hold Plague of Poxipon. Plague of Poxipon is the sequel to Homeward Adventure, a hold that I published in very early 2015. It is the sequel to Mysteries of the Deep. You've probably seen the trailer to Plague of Poxipon. If not, click here to go to it. If there's no link here, let me know. I will make a link appear here. Plague of Poxipon is the sequel to Homeward Adventure, but you already know that. No, this hold is actually a very ambitious project in which I'm gonna have lots of levels. So yeah, you have a lot of levels, but now I'm gonna have lots of levels. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I've been spending a lot of time working on some custom elements for it. You can see some of them in the trailer. I've recently started working on making some more again, and there's some really interesting ideas that are coming up. And it is very early in beta testing right now. Like, I only have chapter 1 out of a planned 7 or 8 done. But the thing is, I'm already kind of really excited about where this is going. This is a project that I'm really excited to work on, and in the past few days I've actually worked a fair amount on it. And yeah, so expect Plague of Poxipon to blow your minds in like 2015. Wait, no, I meant to say 2035. My brain just messed here. Brain fart. Yeah, I must have eaten too many burritos. But no, like, Plague of Poxipon, it's gonna take a while to get out. So I'm expecting it to take a few years at least. I'll probably have a wage slave job by then. It's gonna be out in a couple of years at least. But yeah, look forward to it. It's gonna be really cool. So, now it is time to talk about the next year in Deadly Rooms of Death. No, BeethroBudkin07, not Deadly Rooms of Death. No. The next year in Deadly Rooms of Death, I have no control over that. That's going to be up to whoever. So, for the future, I don't expect these issues that I've been dealing with this year to exactly go away. Like, I've been having a lot of trouble in university, and for next semester, one of my goals is gonna be to definitely double down on all that garbage that's kind of stopped me from doing really well, which means I may start actually studying a first in BeethroBudkin07 history. But yes, I will probably be doing a bunch of studying. That made me think at one point of making videos based on the stuff that I learned. Like, I could make videos about calculus or statistics, or just me trying to solve a bunch of problems. Not in a Let's Play style, though. Not even in a, this is how you do these things. No, I'm not a teacher. I have no pretensions of being a teacher. No, I just have these problems, and I'd solve them in my usual Let's Play style. So that's the stupid idea I had. That, and also maybe, like, writing code for stuff. Like, just today I had the idea where I write an orb solver in, like, Java or something. So that would be kind of crazy and interesting, and yeah, like, I could actually maybe try these out as, like, silly gimmicky videos. Like, that could be fun. Like, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing these. I might give them a try to see how they fare. But yeah, let me know if you're interested. So there's that. My channel's going to be a bit shaky because I'm going to be studying. Maybe, probably not. Like, I don't know. Procrastination is a harsh mistress. And she's got me wrapped up in chains. That is some really, really awkward imagery. So, okay, but yeah, so for the next year, I kind of want to get back to some of these series that I've kind of left in the dust, like Subterra, Parcel especially. Parcel is kind of unique in that it's a not drawed series that I left behind, just out of not really ever getting back to it. I didn't feel stuck. If anything, the only thing that really got me stuck was that I had to unlock the next level through stuff, and then I didn't feel exactly like I couldn't get through. I just never got around to it. I guess there were other things that always came up first. But yeah, next year I kind of want to get back to working on these projects, and who knows, maybe that will actually lead to some finished projects for a change. As for, okay, however, Big Journey Home and Dust Up Dungeons, these are two series I'm not so sure about going back to, because they kind of irked me in a way. Like, Big Journey Home had that room that just didn't make sense with the roaches that sometimes jumped 2 squares and sometimes just acted erratically in a non-predictable way that just made me rage quit. And Desktop Dungeons just feels like it's asking for me to remember these arcane rules that I can't exactly really memorize that well and just felt frustrating to go through. So I'm hesitant to go back to these. But as for the other series that kind of left in the dust, I might go back to them. I probably, most likely will go back to them. So Subterra, Parcel, and Snakebird, which I haven't exactly talked that much about. These 3 that I just mentioned, I will be getting back to them in 17, and hopefully I'll actually get them finished. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, it definitely would. So yeah, there's these guys. As for Desktop Dungeons, I'll probably replace it with some Drought RPG. I don't know if I'm gonna do a Let's Play of Tendry's Tale or if I'm just gonna play through like something else. But we'll see. Like, I'm actually kind of interested in playing RPG. Like, I've played Paycheck, I think this year or last year. I think it was this year. But yeah, I played through Paycheck and it wasn't exactly a traditional RPG hold, so I kind of want to get back, I kind of want to get into that RPG mindset, so that'd be interesting. And actually, maybe there's a hold that would be a good candidate for playing it. I mean, someone in the forums said they wanted me to play it. It's going to be coming out soon. I'll probably get to that. So aside from that, what am I planning next? What is going to be coming up next for BeethroBudkin07? Chance for Paradise by Crimson Moon. Oh boy, that hold. It got released a few weeks ago, like maybe a week or 2 ago, and oh my goodness, Beethro. There is a lot of controversy with that one. A lot of people are saying that this hold has a lot of magic sequence rooms, and for those of you who follow my videos quite religiously, will know that these are not my favorite kinds of rooms. Like, I'm thinking back to that Simon's Dungeon, that one room in particular in level 3 with all the roaches where you had to have these specific steps to get through. Oh, I did not like that room, and I did not particularly enjoy other rooms that had this sort of concept to them. So, that actually makes me a little afraid to go through this, but I did promise Crimson that I would Let's Play it, because he Let's Played Armored Adventure, and so I have to Let's Play his hold in return. So once I get Temporal Adventure done, I will be playing Chance for Paradise. And I'm actually a little afraid, as I said, but I gotta rip off that band-aid eventually, so yeah, pray for my soul. So, I guess I don't exactly have that much else to add to this, so yeah, this has been BeethroBudkin07 with my year 2 vlog video. These have been really cool years. Like, these last 2 years with these videos, this has been a really awesome project. Like, I know I said that I had doubts about it at first, and that this year especially, like with all the hiatuses, but honestly, if it was up to me and not outside circumstances, this channel would probably be one of the things that I would definitely hold on to for dear life. Like, I will only get rid of it if I absolutely had to. Or at least that's how I feel right now. Like, I wouldn't want this to go away. This is a really awesome outlet of just playing things and being silly. And apparently 93 people like that, so. Or maybe less, because I don't know how many of these 93 people actually watch my videos regularly. But yeah, 93 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll make a 100 subscriber video. Maybe I will. Maybe it's going to take long enough that I'll have more to say by then. But yeah, I will see you in other videos that I make. So until then, have a nice one. Gosh darn it, past me. Why do you have to throw me in the fire?